Hello everyone, welcome to this video on Venus retrograde. So on October the 5th, Venus, which is known as the goddess of love and of beauty, of harmony and peace, is going to retrograde in the sign of Scorpio and then eventually retrograde all the way back into its home sign of Libra. So today I'm going to give you some guidance on what this really means for you in your life, how you can work with this transit, and really just experience this deep level of soul transformation, which is going to happen with Venus retrograding and also now with Pluto direct before the retrograde happens. So this is really powerful stuff. So if you are just jumping in now, say hi below, share this out if you are feeling called to do so. If you are new to me, my name is Cara Melendi. I'm an astrologer, a goddess mentor, helping you co-create magic with the universe and learn how to connect and work with your unique soul blueprint, because we all come into this life with natural gifts, with natural strengths. We all have a unique soul journey and we show up fully equipped for what we are here to accomplish on our soul mission. And learning how to really connect with that and understand that makes manifestation just so natural and easy and fun, and astrology is a big part of that. So let's see who's jumping in here. Hi Danielle. Good morning to you. We got Krista and Valencia. Hello, goddesses. So I know you amazing goddesses are both in the sisterhood, and I actually just posted the astrological forecast for the week. So be sure you check that out, because we have an interesting week in the cosmos for sure. Hi, Caitlin. How are you, goddess? Welcome. Got Liz and Melissa here as well. Maria, welcome. So let's take a look at Venus retrograde. So Venus, I often refer to her as the goddess of love and beauty because it is reflective of the divine feminine in astrology. And basically what I mean by that is Venus is associated basically with what we would associate the qualities of the divine feminine. So this love of beauty, this love of harmony, this desire to experience peace, and it rules over the signs of Taurus and of Libra. And this is part of what's making this retrograde so interesting is Venus isn't really feeling at home in Scorpio. That is the opposite sign of Taurus. So we are going to take a look at that a little bit, but just to gain a deeper understanding of Venus and what it represents. So let me know if we have any Taurians here. So if you're a Taurus or if you're a Libra, let me know, because we're also in Libra season. This is going to affect you regardless, but again, just to gain a deeper understanding of what Venus is all about. It rules over these signs. And Taurus and Libra, very different energies. But what they do have in common is this love of peace and harmony and beautiful things. And it's expressed very differently. And just something I've noticed in my own life, and again, there's so many factors in astrology that would change this, but people that have a lot of Taurus energy, or if you have like your sun and your moon in Taurus, you usually have this like deep love and connection to nature. And you also tend to have a talent for decorating and making things beautiful. And this can also be the case if your natal Mars is in the sign of Taurus as well. You tend to be motivated just to create like this beautiful surroundings. And with Libras, what I've noticed, it's like this love of fashion. And they tend to have this is just like an interesting thing I've observed with their hair. They love to change like hair colors and hairstyles all the time. So it tends to be expressed that way in terms of Libra, but there is a lot of overlap as well, of course. But overall, just think of Venus as representing what we love, what we value in the world, and also our finances. It's also very much related to money and our ability to receive financial abundance. And if you're looking to like expand that capacity to receive abundance in the form of money in your life, this retrograde coming up can really help with that, because it's going to help you take a deep look, especially in Scorpio, another one of the money signs. It's going to help you take a really deep look at what some of the blocks or what some of the beliefs are that are preventing this from flowing into your life and preventing you from receiving this with ease. So let me see, who do we have here that's a Libra? Nima, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. Apologies. Danielle is a Libra rising. Awesome. I know Caitlin's a Libra. Hi, Jackie. How are you? We just had Donna jump in as well. Awesome. So yes, definitely if you are Libra, you're probably going to feel this retrograde very strongly. Also, if you're a Scorpio, because this is happening in the sign of Scorpio. So when Venus retrogrades, basically when any planet is retrograding, it is a time to go within, and whatever qualities of the planet, like whatever qualities that planet embodies when it retrogrades, we're more looking at that internally. So when Venus is retrograding in Scorpio, in a sign that it's not really that comfortable in, we are stretched outside of our comfort zone. We are asked to go really deep. We are asked to look beyond the surface. And with Jupiter in Scorpio this year, this has been an ongoing theme of like doing shadow work, going deep, and just know it's serving a purpose. Because when we go into the new year, like a lot of the soul searching that has really been a theme throughout 2018, it's really going to help you, especially as we move into the new year and we're really stepping into a lot of Capricorn energy. It's going to serve you tremendously in terms of career and in terms of your business. So give yourself this time to really do the deep level soul searching and asking yourself, what is it that I really value and care about in the world? What relationships are really nourishing me? Because the people that we spend time around, I mean, that really influences the energy that we step into. It influences our habits. It influences our belief system. And all of those things determine the results that we get in our life. So really looking at relationships, you may find during this time as well that relationships from the past are coming back into your life again. And sometimes this is like physical, where you can have like partners in the past or even past friendships where there was things that were left like unresolved or unfinished, like literally seeing that come back into your life and a chance to really heal that relationship. So again, that could be like romantic relationships, but it can also be friendships. Or another thing I see in Venus retrograde, if it's not like physically having those relationships come back in, you're reflecting on those relationships, but it's a chance to bring like a feeling of closure to it. And just a feeling of, because Venus is that goddess of love and beauty, a feeling of like peace and harmony back into those relationships where you feel like there was something left undone or there wasn't complete like closure in it. So let me know if that's resonating. Also, feel free to ask me any questions that you have and I'll be happy to answer. Caitlin saying her husband is a Scorpio. We're in for it. Yeah. Right? Double, because you're a Libra. So Libras and Scorpios definitely feeling this for sure. And just to give a little background as well on Scorpio, since this is the sign that Venus is currently in Scorpio, and then on Friday it's going to retrograde in Scorpio. So Scorpio is all about just going deep. It's a very passionate sign. It's like that energy of the phoenix rising. And what I've actually noticed is interesting. I've done some readings for people with a lot of Scorpio energy, and they tend to have like the phoenix tattooed on them. Like that is so cool and so fitting, because it is this energy of I can go through challenging times, I can go through darker times, and I come out even stronger. That is what Scorpio embodies, and that is really what it's here to do. It's here to go really deep. It's here to explore the shadow and the light. And in some ways, I mean, we're all here to do that. That's part of our human experience. It's that sense of dualism. And it's only through looking at the shadow as well that we really gain an appreciation for the light. And we really just gain this understanding that we incorporate all aspects of that. And Scorpio embodies that. So when we have Venus, which is a much lighter energy, like Venus in itself isn't necessarily interested in doing that like deep shadow work. Venus just wants to keep it fun, right? It is the harmony, it's the peace. It's like, let's enjoy the pleasures of this world. And there's such a place for that as well. So in Scorpio, it's kind of like, we're learning how to go a little deeper. We're learning how to look beyond just the surface of our life and really ask, are we feeling fulfilled? Or what do we need to shift? Because in a Venus retrograde, if you are doing things that are not aligned, you will notice that. It becomes really hard to continue in relationships, to continue in a job, to continue doing things in your business that are not aligned, because we're really aware that this isn't fulfilling me anymore. And it's like we lose the energy for that. So what we're really being asked to do is look at, am I in alignment with my life, with the life that I've created for myself, or what needs to change? And also, it is just an ongoing process, right? It's like certain things that may have been aligned with your soul at one point may not be anymore. So a Venus retrograde is that chance to really look deeply at it, at your life, at your habits, at your relationships, and see if there's still that sense of harmony and alignment, or if there's something that you need to adjust and that you need to alter. Okay, let me see these comments. If you're jumping in now, say hi, welcome. We're talking about the Venus retrograde on October the 5th and how you can work with that energy. Krista's husband is Scorpio too. Oh, that's interesting, Krista. So you're a Virgo and your husband's a Scorpio. Interesting mix for sure. Carrie is a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. Okay, cool. So I've been feeling a lot of backwards motion energy for some time. Yeah, you know, Carrie, that's almost in a way been a theme this year. We've had a lot of planets retrograde, and like Jupiter in Scorpio, I think, is behind a lot of this like shadow work that we're doing. And in a way, maybe feeling like part of us is going backwards, but it's not possible for us to ever fully go backwards, because part of living is our soul is always expanding, it's always growing. And then the question is, am I keeping up with that expansion that I've created in my life? And when we don't keep up with that, that's when we tend to feel a depression or a sense of anxiety, because we know in our heart that there's more for us. There's more that we want to experience in our life, and we have to allow ourselves to keep up with that. And Jupiter in Scorpio really has been about looking at that, like what I truly desire, what I truly want in my life, and then allowing myself to keep up with that expansion, allowing myself to ask for what I want, allowing myself to receive what I want in my experience. So I absolutely know what you're saying though, and I've seen those themes come up. And what it is, like when we see old patterns surfacing again, it's a chance to choose again. So really it's a chance to ask yourself, do I want to stay in this pattern, or is it time to choose something new? Because we are co-creators in this experience. So part of the co-creation process is we're never a victim to what's happening. And I don't feel like things are written in the stars in a way that it's fate or it's punishment. It's that we actually get to co-create with that energy. So we get to decide how we're showing up and working with these changes and these energies, and we can always choose again. So if it's old patterns, old relationships surfacing, it's almost a chance to like create change around it if we want. Sometimes it's to create healing around it, but it's also a chance to recognize the power we hold to make a new decision and to be aware and ask ourselves, am I going to go back into this old pattern? And with Venus, this can be around relationships. It can be around money. So it maybe, am I going to go back into this pattern around struggling financially? Or am I going to choose to align with my truth, that I'm abundant and prosperous? Or relationships. Am I going to go back into the struggle of a toxic relationship? Or am I going to choose again and know I get to be with soulmate people who are on a similar mission and allow it to flow? So it really is that opportunity. Let me know if this is resonating with you. We got Anne jumped in, and Kim, hello. You are welcome, Angela. Good morning, Tara. I'm going to scroll all the way down here. Hello, Tanya. And Andrea, welcome, welcome. So, okay, let's go back and take a closer look at this. So this really is the deep work we're doing initially, and you may already feel like some of this has been put into place because Venus is in its shadow phase now. So some of this has already been in motion, and then again with like Jupiter in Scorpio this year, this has been in motion. So before it goes direct again, and I think it's November 16th. Yeah, November the 16th, Venus is going to go direct. So the last part of the retrograde, it's actually going to be in the sign of Libra. And that's going to be a little bit lighter because Venus, again, it rules over this energy of Libra. So when it moves back into Libra, it's almost this like invitation to really allow peace and harmony into our life. And like at first we're going so deep, doing this shadow work, really looking at what my soul desires to experience, what I'm creating in my life, what I'm manifesting. And then it retrogrades back into Libra, and there's a lightness to it. And we realize this is meant to be fun, and that it's often just our ego that creates stories around why it has to be a challenge. And we allow some ease and fun and joy to come back into it. And we feel that energy shift strongly. So that's really going to be interesting. And when we come out of a Venus retrograde, like if you have that courage and that decision, we can all decide to do this. We can all tap into our inner courage and say, okay, I'm going to look at these old patterns. I'm going to look at some of the shadows, and I'm going to do that with the intention of transforming them. So when we come out of this retrograde on the 16th, November 16th, when Venus goes direct, you can feel like you are in a whole new position in what you're manifesting and creating in your life, and what you're calling in. You can feel like you're in alignment with those relationships, and you can feel like you're in a better place financially. So it's really amazing, like the work we do when we come out of a retrograde, how we can really feel like I'm in a new place now. Like I've made quantum shifts in these areas in my life. Again, with Venus, it's probably money, and it's going to be relationships are going to be like two big themes, but it's always going to be dependent on what is happening in your unique birth chart as well, like where this retrograde is falling, how this is activating, and like basically what it's activating in your chart. So even though these overall themes are finances and relationships, how this individually plays out for you really is going to be related to your birth chart. So if you want me to take a deeper look at your chart, I did open up some spots for readings. I did a post yesterday saying there were 5 spots, and like 4 of them filled right away. So I did decide to open up 3 more spots. So if this is resonating, if you want to connect more deeply with your soul blueprint, send me a message here on Facebook and just say, I want one of those spots, and we can set something up and really take a deeper look at how you can work with this energy and what this means for you and your life right now. Betsy's a Sagittarius. Ooh, I love it. We got Crystal here. Can't wait for Venus retrograde. I'm so excited for this transit. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a powerful one, because I feel like it's wrapping up like a lot of the themes that have probably been in place for you throughout the year as well, like for us all, right? Like we all kind of have this storyline that's been unfolding. And this Venus retrograde, I think, is really going to kind of put that in the spotlight and have us take a look at where we are on our soul journey right now and where we want to go. So another thing I want to mention around this retrograde, since with astrology, it's like nothing really happens in isolation. We're looking at the planets, but we want to look at it as a relationship, because they all work together. And something like Pluto recently went direct, and that's a huge shift, because Pluto is this planet of transformation. It's rules over Scorpio. So I kind of talked about that Scorpio energy of like the phoenix rising, embracing the shadow and the light, and coming out even stronger as we do that inner shadow work. So Pluto also embodies all of those things. It embodies all of those energies, and it is now direct. So we really have this feeling and this strength within us, and we see our energy start to build, and we know that we can create these transformations in our life. We start to recognize our inner power. Pluto's very much about power. And of course, we want it to come from a place of empowerment, of personal power, as we feel empowered, right? We're able to empower the people around us. So that's what we want to connect with. And I just feel like this, with Pluto going direct and now Venus going retrograde, it's like the universe is assisting us in really having the strength and the courage that we need to make those necessary changes in our life. And, even asking yourself, like, what is a habit that you can begin implementing today that will make a huge difference in the results that you're getting in your life? Like, those are some of the questions you want to be looking at with these energies, with Pluto direct, with Venus retrograde. Like, really be honest and take a look at what are the habits, what are the thought patterns that you're allowing into your life? What is the energy and the frequency behind them? And what do you need to change and let go of? And with Pluto now direct, it's like the power and the confidence to do that. So really cool stuff. Hello, Heather, Southern California. Oh, awesome stuff. Send some warm weather my way. We are going into the fall season here. I'm in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we're definitely in fall season now. And I don't mind it because it's actually great for hiking weather, even though I'm a summer girl. I love the summer ideally, but I try to make the best of each season. Heather's so interesting. Oh, astrology is fascinating. There's like endless learnings with it for sure. For sure. Hi, Tony. How are you? And Erica and Lacey jumped in. Welcome, welcome. All right, so say hi if you're just here now. I'm going to see what else I can channel through or share with you on this topic of Venus retrograde. But I think like a main takeaway is remembering that within you and as you connect to your soul, you have the answers of what you need in your life and what is right for you. And when you know that and like you truly get that, you realize that you can create whatever you desire. Like you can rise above whatever challenges may be present. And you can rise above the story. You can change it. Use this Venus retrograde to do that work and to have the courage and the confidence to make the changes that need to be made. And know, like, the universe, it has your back. That's saying, right? The universe has our back. But what I think it really is we're powerful creators and we get to work with the universe. We get to choose how we show up. We get to choose how we channel these energies. We get to choose what it means in our life. So it really is this beautiful co-creative process of looking at what's happening in the cosmos at this time, what it means for me in my life, and how I can channel the energies that I need to make the changes that I want in my life. And ultimately with Venus, so that I can feel in this place of love, so I can experience the pleasure and beauty of the physical world. Because love is such a high vibration and it's who we are at our core. So it is about returning to that. It is about connecting with that. So share with me some of your main takeaways below here. Chris is saying many epiphanies. Oh, that's awesome, goddess. Awesome stuff. And yeah, once again, if you want to book a reading, I did open up 3 more spots since those other ones filled instantly, which they usually do. But I really want to assist you and support you during this time for many that I know is like huge soul level transformation. And I know like collectively, we're all coming out stronger. Like there's major changes coming up in the astrology over the next couple of years, and it really is like I feel we're ascending as a planet and we're learning how to work with these new frequencies and with these new energies, and we're learning how to do business in a new way, show up in relationships in a new way. And right now it's like we're in that transformation phase. So if you'd like deeper support on this, just send me a message here on Facebook and we can set something up. Sandy, I look forward to hearing from you. Awesome stuff. Okay. So I think otherwise, I'm going to wrap up for today. I know there's lots of knowledge and tidbits of wisdom in here that you can take and you can reflect on. And I'll also be checking in again throughout the Venus retrogrades and continuing to give guidance. So thank you so much for hanging out today, for your love, for your support, sending love and light back to you. And I will see you very soon. Bye.